Hey guys, it's Mr. Cadenhead. It is Thursday the 23rd. I'm at school for a little bit today and wanted to check back in with you guys. Sorry it's been a while. I wanted to get back to you guys last Friday with a video, but I was kind of waiting for our academic policy to come out, and that has not happened yet. And so I held off a little bit and it didn't happen. And so here we are on Thursday. So I'm going to make sure I check in with you today. Hopefully our specific academic policy will be released to you guys in the next day or so, Monday, hopefully at the latest. And then maybe we'll check back in again and talk about what that means for all of us. I do want to reiterate what we did talk about before. I shared with you guys that at this point in time, that moving forward with grades, that grades would not be harmed by anything that happens or doesn't happen academically from now to the end of the school year. That is what we do know. What we don't know specifically is how grades will be noted on transcripts, and there's a variety of different options there. So I'll let that come out in our district's communication about our policy. So I want to talk about some events that are coming up and a lot of questions that have happened. First of all, we know that we've got to make sure that we get all of our textbooks back in. We've got to get yearbooks distributed. We have PE clothing that's got to come back to you guys, probably some instruments, guitars, etc. that have got to get back to you guys. There are senior caps, gowns, announcements are all going to be distributed here in May. We will be communicating about the details of those distributions in the next coming weeks. Remember, what we're trying to get through here is this period to May 1st or May 4th where we get through the most critical period of the quarantine, so that as we design some of these events and distributions in the next few weeks, that we're in line with what our county and state health officials request of us. So please hang tight. We know that all of that needs to happen and more. We have not forgotten. Everything is moving forward otherwise. I know that a lot of you guys seniors have questions about graduation. I want to emphasize to you guys, as I have in email to many of you guys, is we are still planning right now for all possibilities, including a traditional graduation. We have not canceled anything. We have not canceled our stage. We are selecting our speeches, working with our teachers to make those selections on speeches, preparing to get, again, caps, gowns, robes, announcements, cords, sashes, all the things that we would typically get out through cum laude, out to you guys in an appropriate format. We'll also be communicating with you guys about the scholarship awards in cum laude and generally our academic awards for all students in our student body. So we'll be communicating about those things here soon. Obviously, a dance is not going to happen at this point in time, so senior ball in all likelihood would not be even able to be rescheduled, unfortunately, but I know that you guys are likely aware of that. So while we're planning, for all of the different possibilities of our graduation, I want to emphasize to you guys, we are looking at, again, whether it's traditional graduation or possibilities, depending on what happens at that time, in terms, again, of our county and state health officials and leaders, what they'll allow us to do, utilizing the stage potentially, or even having to go all the way to something virtual. I want to also share that we sent out a survey, which should have been distributed today or yesterday by senior teachers, where we're soliciting the feedback of our seniors through Schoology. So if you've not logged into Schoology to get your senior survey about what pieces of graduation you value most, so we can do our best to preserve some of those pieces for you. I think it's really important that we do get your feedback, seniors, so as we design other possibilities or retain some of the traditions, that we know what you value most, okay? So our district did a great job of putting that together. That's going out district-wide. The other thing I want to emphasize to you guys is there have been a lot of questions about engaging academically and what that means to you guys. Again, I shared with you guys that the policy is that there's do no harm in terms of your grade. I understand that that's tempting to disengage from your classes and not take part in what's going on Schoology. I have to tell you that I really, really think it's important that you stay engaged. Regardless of the policy, I hope that doesn't matter to you, and I'll tell you why. One of the important things that we believe our values hold at Folsom High School is that we hold everybody to a high standard. I know you guys know that. I know that our teachers know that. Many of our parents know that. But we've maintained very, very high standards for our students, our academics. That is reflected in every part of our culture. That's reflected in our artwork, our music, our math, our engineering, our English, through our scores, our success on SATs. But most important, I think, for all of us, has been the success of our alumni as they move on to college, military, careers, and the reports that we get back and they share in the community of how Folsom High School has prepared them for their future. That doesn't happen when people disengage. We want you guys to move on to all of those options. That would be, again, college, military, career options, any job that you get during high school, and know that you guys are well prepared for whatever you decide to take on in the future. I'll share with you that I spoke to a student who graduated mid-year rather, in December for us, and he's at Arizona State right now, and I called him about a month ago, and he told me, remember, Mr. Cadenhead, when you said that if I did well in class at Folsom High School, I'd be well prepared for college work? He said, well, you couldn't have been more right. It is almost easy right now compared to what I did at Folsom High School, and it's definitely prepared him. So I was proud of that as always, and that's important stuff. So my point again for you guys is, I don't think that, most of the stuff that you're being offered academically should be overwhelming in any way, shape, or form. Likely you are spending, most of you, somewhere between 9 and 10 hours a day on academics, between the time you spend at school and the time you spend at home on your homework in a traditional setting. I don't think there are very many of you that are getting anywhere near that kind of work right now, and our teachers are focusing on the essential things that you need to know to make you successful in whatever you choose to do. So please, please, please continue to engage with your teachers, whatever the academic policy is. Complete your work, ask questions. We know also that it's important not to have that time off academically. It's much like you athletes know, or anybody who has yet another unique skill. You don't use it, you start to lose it. And many of you are going to come back together and you're going to take placement exams, whether that's for a job, whether that's for the military, or whether that's for college. And you do not want to take those placement exams after 5 months of not doing much of anything. So it's really important that you keep that skill set up, you keep working hard. And again, I think what we're asking of you guys to keep you sharp and keep you engaged in the academics is not excessive. If you feel otherwise, you guys know how to get in touch with me, but we just simply want the best for you guys when you leave us, okay? So I hope everybody's doing well. Since it's Thursday, I'm checking in with you because I felt like it had been too long. I probably won't do that tomorrow. So as always, read a good book without pictures. Have a passion for something positive. I know you're spending a lot of time with them, and they might be driving you crazy at this point in time, but you tell your family you love them regardless. And as always, our keyword is balance. You guys have a great week. Take care.